सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। May the Lord protect us. May He nourish us. May we acquire the capacity to study and understand the scriptures. May our study be brilliant, and may we not cavil at each other. Om, peace, peace, peace unto us all. Dear brothers and sisters, loving Sairam to all of you, we welcome everyone to the Sri Sathya Sai Baba Center of Arcadia. We are grateful to Swami for giving all of us the opportunity to participate in this Gita Jnana Yajna. So I refer to the chapter 18, shloka 70. Anybody looked at it at all? Good, only one person. That's not bad. That's good. So he says this is the Jnana Yajna. We are all. So that is why when you know that it's a Yajna, that means you know how important it is, how much good merit you get, and how blessed we are from the God. So you need to be consistent, regular. So just you don't want to miss part of the yajna. So somebody said, "Oh, for the Ram Name, just at least we should have continue the yajna. We should not interfere the yajna. Continue, so to get the blessings of God." So last week we are going to start on chapter 20 in the electronic version, the email you got, page 92, and in the hard copy, it is page 188. So last week we had such a hard discussion about Pravina, a lot of questions. We didn't even start. But anyway, here one thing, make sure that we are not in a hurry to reach. The goal is to realize God. So for that, even if you read one paragraph, you can reach. If you read no one thinking about God, you will reach. So this is so that we share the thoughts calmly, leisurely, and get the input from all. So that is why don't hesitate to make your comments, questions. Actually, I prefer more and more it should be like a discussion and dialogue. So just instead of only me saying things. So just encourage, as long as it is relevant to the thing. So my father used to say, somebody said, you want to say something, or you have something to say? It's because some people just want to say, he was a poor guy, that guy couldn't talk anymore. So sometimes people just want to, just anything relevant to the theme, that means you should become prepared, think about it. That is what Shidi Baba said, Pariprashna. So we talked about shloka. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadeshanchite jnanam jnaninam. That you will get the removal of the ajnana and you will get jnana. First you need to have love for your guru, your God, and you need to serve him, and you ask pariprashna, just not curious questions. Really sincerely, I want to understand this, I've reached the goal. So that is why we should have that kind of feeling here. So last thing you talked about, the question I had about the dharma, what is our dharma? We talked about it, which is very important. Every one of us, that is the highest duty of a man is dharma, just to do our own dharma. That's why Swami says, if you follow dharma, Dharma will protect you. Famous saying, Dharmo Rakshati Rakshiteha. If you are dharmic, Dharma itself will protect you. You don't need to worry about it. And second is, Swami gives the example of Rama, how he was the embodiment of Dharma. So, but there we talked about Dharma is, highest Dharma is Atma Dharma. Just so even it is not only our the Hindu scriptures, but even Jesus said that there were 10 commandments which were given in the Judaism. But somebody asked which is the greatest commandment. He says greatest commandment is love thy God with all thy heart, mind, soul, and strength. So that is the highest for all of us. All of our other worldly duties, all those we do that, but the highest duty is have that pure, unsullied, unselfish, unconditional love for God. That is what our thing is. Meanwhile, we have to play this role. Even Bhishma, when Dharmaraja asks, he tells him all dharmas, how to rule the kingdom, how to take care of the family, how to be a good host, and how to give charities. Many things. A huge, it's a wonderful chapter for all of us. It's like a man management course. People who didn't do that, Swami gave that. But this is similar to that. There are two chapters called Shanti Parva and Anushasika Parva in Mahabharata. Mahabharata, how many chapters are there? 18 chapters. How many days they fought? 18 days. How many Achyauhinis they had? 18. And how many chapters in Gita? 18. So this 18 is very holy, and 8 and 1 is 9. So this is very important. So last time we talked about the 3 chapters. We are almost finishing the 3rd chapter, the Vishwa. So first he asked 9th chapter at the end. He says, you will be able to merge in me if you think of me and you meditate on me, you serve me and prostrate to me. Then that is the end of the 9th chapter. Man bhakto, I told. Then this Arjuna had a question, how do you worship? How do you do that? Then he showed for most of us, you need some support, tangible, Vibhuti Yogam. Okay, this is all my glory. Vibhuti means not only the holy ash, we should remember. Even last time some senior devotees in the 100th birthday, they had a question quiz. Vibhuti is holy ash, but Vibhuti is really glory of God. Glory is called Vibhuti. So here he shows what is the glory. He shows the example. Himalayas. When you see Himalayas, you should think glory. When you see ocean, you should think of my glory. When you see these great big trees, you should think about my glory. When you see scriptures like Vedas, that is my glory, my manifestation. All the great sages you see, Bhrigu, Narada, then you should think about me. And you think the great heroes like Arjuna, you think of me. So anything, wherever there is a power and thing, that is all my glory. So easy to focus. So you look at it, then you think about it. That is good, that preliminary. Then Arjuna had a doubt, like all of us. That's all? So then he wanted to show him, no, that's all. Just that's the beginning stage. Then you say in everything, Vishwarupa Sandarshana means the cosmic vision of the Lord. That means everything was in him. All the sages, gods, demigods, even demons, and the vicious people, snakes. There is nothing, everything in the universe was there. That is why it's called cosmic vision. So think, whenever you see anything, that is the manifestation of God. That is, he wanted to have him that realization. That is where he shows, because he's going to fight the war to kill these bad people, he says they're already killed. Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and Kauravas, they were already killed. So then what are you doing? Just nimitta matram. Just you happen to be there, I give the credit. So similarly, we should all think whether we do service in downtown or do the study circle here, sing bhajans. We are just instruments. Swami says, my organizations will go on with or without you. So whether we are there or not, the organization will work. His mission will go on because he is the boss. He runs it. He knows whom to use when. So if we given a role, whatever it is, conducting study circles, singing bhajans, doing service, whatever we do with commitment, energy, and enthusiasm because he chose us. If we lose this opportunity, he will pass on to somebody else. He will, like a boss, if he has a good employee, he will use. And somebody asked me, how do you know Swami likes my work? Because he gives you more work. That's why, how do the boss also, when you have in the employees, somebody is good, he will tell you, do more. Somebody is useless, he's a sidelines him, okay, with this guy anyway, he doesn't do anything. Why to waste my time with him? So he gives. Similarly, God, we go on doing, he'll give. That's why some of us complain, oh my God, I have to catch up with so many hours of work, 18 hours, 20 hours with this kid, because his family likes you, so he gives me more and more work. So we need to do it with energy and enthusiasm. So that is why when Vishwarupa, the reason everybody, there so many people were there, thousands of people were there in that battlefield, right? Kauravas, great sages and heroes and warriors. But the others didn't have a vision of that cosmic vision. Only he had it. Why? Because God said, I like you. You deserve my grace. Dadami divya chakshu. I will give you special divine vision. Dadami jnana chakshu. I will give you special glasses of wisdom. So everybody is not able to see, but only he could see because Lord Krishna gave him a special vision. Why? Was he partial to Arjuna? Why did he choose him? Because God will give grace for a deserving candidate. I shared this before. He had a special qualifications, Arjuna, why he chose over the others. Anybody remembers? Okay, I will tell, so at least next time remember. Number one, he had one-pointedness. Whatever he is, just one-pointed. It's not like people do the, multitasking. No. When he was hitting the bird, only he sees the eyes of the bird. So that is why whatever we do, that one-pointedness. He has one-pointed love for God, so he had one-pointedness. Second, he had surrendered. He says, when she says karpanya dosho, he says shadimam tvam prapanna. Lord, I am confused. In life also we have, sometimes we don't know. This is right, that is right. He says, I am surrendered to you. Prapanna means I am surrendered to you. Just command me what to do. Then he tells the whole Gita. This is in the beginning itself. Then at the end, what he says? Nashto moho smutir labdhva tat prasadat maya chuta yutosmi gata sandhya karishye vachanam tav. First he says, I surrender to you, command me. Then at the end he says, I will do what you said. So similarly, we should also be able to surrender and implicitly, immediately, completely follow what he said. And third important thing is not just casual, you had absolute faith in Krishna's words. So that we saw the story again, I don't want to tell. When he saw the bird, he said a crow, he said a peacock, he said a parrot, whatever Lord Krishna said, same bird, he said yes, because he had faith in the words of God. Why? Because he said, I have faith in your words than in my own eyes, in my own vision. That kind of faith, absolute faith in God's word. And fourth thing is, yes, preference to God over the world. When he was given choice, choose between the world and him, Duryodhana chose, because he was, oh my God, this guy dumb. So he is choosing Krishna, who said he won't take arms, he won't fight. So, and whereas he is really ready to give this his powerful army called Narayana Sena, and he said he will give all that thing. So, whereas Arjuna is smart, where God is there, you will have success, not what you have. So he is smart enough to choose the God over the world. That is another great quality he had. And another quality he had was He has purvatapa, not paschata. He had foresight, not hindsight. Like after the whole war is over, the Dharmaraja was crying, "Oh my God, I should not have done this war. I should." God is conducted the whole war, so why should you worry? Whereas Arjuna, before the war started, he analyzed, "Oh my God, I have to kill my own grandfather who brought me up in my own lap, Bhishma. My own teacher, Drona, who taught me everything, I had to kill him." So he was not the bad people, they are ready to kill, but this there are good people also, because they are on the wrong side, he has to kill. So he has that foresight. Similarly for us, in life there will be a lot of situation. We should think about the consequences. This action we do, what are the pros, what is the cons, what is the consequences? Then only we need to jump into action. So that is why he chose that. So that is why he gave him the special Divya Chetu. He will give us also, Swami, he asked the question, he will give us also by his grace, if we deserve the grace, if we have all these qualities. If we have unpointed love for Swami, we have absolute faith in his words. And third, we surrender to him and follow his commands. And we give preference to Swami than the world. And fifth is, we have to have discrimination, foresight. If we have that, we also will have Divya Chetu, we will be able to have Vishwa Sandarshana, because that is, everybody can experience. That is what the scriptures say. We are able to, first we need to say God in your own heart. Then you see the whole world is the God. Vishwam Vishnur Vashatkaro. The whole world is nothing but God. God himself became that. And finally, you realize, third thing is, he is beyond what we see. That is what Lord Krishna in chapter 11, he ends, this is only a fraction of me you are seeing. And Vibhuti, when he says, then he gives the Vishwarupa. So he just what all you are seeing is only fraction. That is why in Purusha Sukta it said, the whole manifest universe, the galaxies, the universes, suns, moons, stars, everything is only 1/4. 3/4 of the Brahman is unmanifest universe. You can see how great it is. So that is what this is the important thing. Now he will transition to the most important chapter, Swami's favorite, chapter 12, called Bhakti Yoga. But before that, let us start. Last time also we could not do that. But anyway, as I said, there is no hurry. We can always have good discussion. This is on page 188. And did you see Arjuna, have you known by that I am the creator? And same thing, you have the soft copy. You can look at it.
Sairam. Did you see Arjuna? Have you known by this that I am the creator, sustainer, and destroyer of all activity and of all beings and objects? Have you realized that you cannot save anyone on this battlefield, nor can you kill anyone? You have no power to kill, nor have they the power to die by their own efforts. Living and dying are both directed by my will. I bear the burden of the earth. I create the burden. I relieve it, said Krishna, fondly patting Arjuna on the back and speaking softly to assuage his ecstatic excitement. This is the time in this vision, in this cosmic vision, where Arjuna starts to see a lot of destruction unfold with and many, the sort of the ultimate result of the war. And I think this is a reminder for us where we get to be God's instruments and things. A lot of the conflict really comes from, I cannot do this. But then here, Lord Krishna is showing Arjuna, actually, you're not, but you're here. and you are my instrument, but it's already been done. And I think, Uncle, you mentioned last week too about it's Shloka, chapter 11, Shloka 32, where it's very similar, where Lord Krishna identifies himself, I am time, I'm death, destroyer of all worlds. So he says this here as well. This incident is a fine example to illustrate how God is bound by sincerity of devotion and how he bends to console and encourage his devotees. Just imagine. How could this Arjuna, who was so hesitating and nervous until he got ocular demonstration like an ordinary mortal, face and conquer mighty heroes and masters of all arts like Bhishma, Drona, and Karna? They were conquered by his will. I'll just kind of go on. Arjuna wiped the tears from his eyes. He folded his hands in prayer. O Lord, I see the Vishwarupa, which I had never before seen or heard about, or even conceived. I realize that it is a factual truth. Those terrific flames of splendor are scorching me. My body is sizzling under the impact of that glory. Present yourself before me, once again, with the sweet, smiling form of yours. I can no longer bear this vision. Father, resume your form. I cannot continue to look upon this, pleaded Arjuna. His Grace made him agree. He said, Arjuna, you have just seen the universal form of mine, a vision which no height of Vedic scholarship or ritual asceticism or austerity can ever hope to win. This is achieved only by the bhakta who is devoted to me with ananya bhakti, devotion which does not admit of the least distraction. Such bhaktas see only the Lord. Whatever they do as worship to the Lord. They have no other form before their eyes, no other thought in their minds, no other act for their hands. At all times and places, they see only my form. They utter only my name. They think only about me. They feel only for me or about me, and they are active only for my sake. It is such, O Arjuna, that attain this vision. I took ask for only this, ananya bhakti. So this is, there's a shloka, it's 1140, it starts with 1146 and 11, and then it goes to 49, where Arjuna is just so overwhelmed by this cosmic vision and all of the things that he has seen. And, I sort of try to put myself in Arjuna's shoes a little bit, and just the magnitude of what Lord Krishna graced him with at that moment. So then he asks to see this form. So then Lord Krishna kind of comes back and says, just, remember me with your heart, the friendly form that you know. And I think he mentioned this before, that in chapter 10 too, that even the sages and the ascetics, even though they are very realized, they still don't realize my true cosmic nature and my power. And just like you had said earlier, Uncle, because Arjuna has this focused and undistracted devotion to him, he was granted that vision. So I'll stop there.
Yeah, here is very important. This whole thing, I think we'll discuss only Ananya Bhakti. Even before we talked, Ananyas Chintayanto Mam, Ye Janah Paryupasate. One who does that, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. I will take care. See that you will give you what you need, and you will preserve, not what you desire. So if somebody wants a few millions or a few things you want, what you need, we need food, shelter, then he says, he says, Yoga, what you need I will give, and I will preserve that. So Yoga Kshemam Vahamyam. before we go to that here, that's why he got that grace of cosmic vision. He ends in the chapter 11, sloka 54, 55. Bhaktva ta ananya shekyam. He says, because of this ananya bhakti you have, this was possible. Because of that, what will happen? Jnatum drashtum cha tattvena pravashtim cha parantapa. Swami just gave a discourse just on those three words in one time, Guru Purnima. Jnatum drashtum tattvena pravishtum. That means first you see, then first you know, then you see, then you enter. Like you can example, first you heard about Swami, or first you heard about Ramakrishna. You just heard about him. Some friends talked about it, you read a book. So after that, you have a desire to see him. Drashtum, you go there, you have a darshan and do that experience with him. Even though physical form is there, not there now, you can still experience Omni. Jnatum, first you know about a divinity, and then you want just see that. Pravishtum, ultimately you are so much engrossed in that divine thought, you become one with God. Pravishtum, you are just enter him. There is another thing called Samepyam Salokyam Sayujyam. First you come close to God, then you are in the same world, and then become one with him. That is what he says. Why is it? Because of Bhaktya Tva Ananya. Even he is emphasizing that. But how do you develop that? For that, 4 qualities he is telling here. Last sloka of chapter 11, 55. Mat karmakrit, mat paramo, mat bhakto sangavajjitaha. Nirvairya sarvabhuteshu yas samameti pandava. Oh Arjuna, if you want to merge with me, so whatever work you do, as we talked about before, you are eating, give it to him, and you are drinking, while you are doing charity, penance, whatever you do, you should do for me. Lord, this is to please you. So not to please ourselves, please God. Mat paramo, always have meditate on him, just contemplate on God, not mechanically. Some people do seva. That is why the difference between Sathya organization and Ramakrishna mission versus they also do good seva, actually much more than what we do, Red Cross, Lions Club, Rotary Club, but the attitude is different. Here the attitude is you are serving God. Service by God to God with the attitude of humility and love. That is the main difference. That is what gives you the spiritual result. There you want to put in a big ad, just say, oh, it's so much work. So that is benefit, tangible benefit, worldly wise, but spiritual benefit only when you do in this spirit with humility. No ahankara, no mamakara. So he says, mat karma kut, mat paramo, mat bhakta. So you have pure love for him. And 4th quality, remember each one is one. Mat karma krit, do work for me. Mat paramo, meditate on me. Mat bhakta, have pure love for me. Sangha vajjitaha, no attachment. No attachment to the world. That means attachment to the family, friends, properties, name, fame, power, any of this. When the more the attachment, you need to be detached. So slowly you need to practice. There is abhyasa, vairagya. We need to, each one of us need to self-audit how much attachment I have. Sangha vajjitaha. And next important, 6th important quality is nirvairya sarvabhuteshu. That means no enmity towards any being, not human beings. Even human beings itself, not to have enmity is difficult, not to have enmity, but enmity for all beings. So you can't say, I hate snakes, I hate scorpions, I hate the tigers. Everything you should say, not that you go and hug a tiger because there is God in that. Salute a tiger from distance. Thank you, tiger God. So please leave me alone, like that. Because you see the Siddhi Sachirita, that's what Baba says, one of these Hemat Panthas, there is a scorpion, a snake, even those won't bite you unless God willed it. So don't unnecessarily, even those animals, they are specifically reached, people who read Siddhi Sachirita, don't even kill the snakes and scorpions, because they won't hurt you unless God wills. There is a famous Telugu saying, "Shivuni ajna lenide chemaina kuttadu." Even an ant won't bite you without the will of God. So it is. So it doesn't mean we should use common sense, but that says you should not have any enmity towards anyone. Because if you have enmity, next life you have to be born to pay off that debt. We now talked about Veerabhadrappa, Chanabasappa, you will be born like that frog and snake. So eliminate. It doesn't mean somebody is bad, you are encourage him. That doesn't mean. But don't have hatred to the person. Dislike their acts, what they do, because that is what the whole thing is. Lord Krishna, he told him to kill his own grandfather, teachers, everybody, but not because of enmity, because they are against dharma. If you are adharma, do that, but don't have personal vendetta, personal hatred, vengeance. There are some people in some parts of Andhra Pradesh, there are some Kadapa districts, they carry the hatred to the generations. Their parents, then their children, they hate each other. They have big gang wars in a lot of places. So it is very serious. So this happens. So she is Nirupam is putting her, because you don't know that this is people we live in India. Some of those places. They will scared to even sleep. 100 years ago also used to happen. So you should not have any enmity or hatred to any being. So we need to daily practice that. If anybody in our thing, send the love to them. It doesn't mean we support their bad actions. That is why people get confused. Oh, that means let them do what? No. That is a great sin. Krishna says, whenever you support adharma, and I think that is also bad, but you should dislike the bad actions, but don't have hatred to that any being. So that is, if you have it, then you will get that ananya bhakti. And you have that ananya bhakti, then you will attain me. But this is not easy. Most of the people we are is called bhautika bhakti. Like Sri Ramakrishna says, gauna bhakti. That we put there, that is also good. You need that in the beginning stages. Pradhamam pratima puja. That is why it says first you worship the idols, statues. Then next stage you should go madhyamam japastotradikam. Then you chant his name and sing his song. Uttamam manasi puja, mental worship. Nobody even knows that you are worshipping. You do the shodasha, apachara, everything within your mind, just invite God and do that. But the highest puja is Soham puja uttamottamam. Finally realizing that you are the highest. That is why you need to go. That is why Swami says that, Vivekananda said that, Ramakrishna, don't get stuck in the gauna bhakti. That means bhautika. Only restrict your devotion to the temple. It's good to go to temples or places of worship, but don't restrict God to that. Then that you are stuck, you will be always, you need to progress to the ananya bhakti, where you love God for love's sake. Swami, yesterday, daily quote, all of you, do you read the daily quote? Huh? There is every day we share in WhatsApp and Telegram daily quotes of Swami's teachings. Just to go there, it takes only 1 minute, less than a minute. You can read and it will inspire you for the whole day. So at least every day I read, and Haima I read loud, and she also listens. It's a good morning practice. So all of you read that. It's carefully chosen words of daily quotes for Swami's words. There, Swami says, if you want to love God, I want to have Swami give me a nice job. Oh, I have only a daughter, give me a nice son. Oh, I want a promotion. That means you are really having love for job, love for the son, love for your thing, not love for God. Love should be love for love's sake. That is what, there's a gift of God. Like Gopikas, the story you have heard, I told you before also, they had that kind of love, pure love for, they didn't have any, that is why once the Lord Vishnu acted as if he had a headache, and Narada asked, who is the great devotee? Gopikas, go and check with them. First, before that he says, I have bad headache. So I want the dust of my devotees. Go and get the dust. That will take care of my headache. Then he goes and asks so many people, oh, Tumburayu, can you give your thing? Oh my God, my dust to God. We take his dust to put on our head, not my dust to God. I will be in hell forever. And then somebody else, everybody he says no. Then he goes to Gopikas, can you give your dust? They said, the dust of her, why? For the headache of the Lord. For the headache? So why? Yeah, you have to jump around, I will give you so much dust, we'll pack it as much as possible. Narada says, hey, are you crazy? Do you know what will happen? You'll be in hell. To give your dust to God, to put on his. We don't care to be in hell. We want our God to be no headache, he will be happy. Then to prove that is love for love's sake, not that they will be in hell or heaven. They love God with pure love. That is why they don't want to bother God for things. And also recently I heard another story of Tulasi Ramayana. You know Tulasi, the one Tulsidas, who wrote the Ramacharita famous thing, beautiful scripture with the following the Valmiki Ramayana, not exact replicas, some places he changed, where there it appears once he was in Kashi, Banaras, and he was a great saint. So some people came and they liked him and they gave him some gifts, some gold, jewelry, and coins. He's saying he doesn't care, but they gave it love, he took it. Some thieves watched it, my God, better we watch. He was in a hut, go in the night and steal it. So they were going there in the evening after dark, because Tulsidas will be resting. They go there, there was two guys who was guarding this whole hut. Okay, let them go and sleep. Again, after a couple of hours, they went. Still, these two guys were going. One was fair complexion one, another is a dark complexion one. Yeah, again, they went. So these 4 or 5 times the night went on going, and these guys were doing. And in the morning, they could not go into the Tulsi's hut and steal this. By the time, these two who? Guess who? Rama and Lakshmana. Rama is dark complexion, Lakshmana is fair. So they had darshan. So these thieves who wanted to steal, their heart was transformed because they had darshan of God. So in the morning they went and fall flat at the feet of Tulsidas, who wanted to steal the things what you gave, so what you had. So just please forgive us and bless us. Then we don't know who these two people were. Who are they your employees? Do you have 2 kids? Yes, oh my God, they are Rama and Lakshmana. My God, what a sin I did. They were protecting for my jewelry. Because of this jewelry, they have to do this night guard, security guard for me. I don't want this. He took all of them, give it away to people. Because of this wealth, I have to bother my Lord for this. That is the love. He didn't care for gold jewelry. He wants his God to be not to. Most of will say, yeah, take care of the, instead of alarm, we will be our security guard, you will be a plumber, we want to use God. There, for him more important is God to be that kind of pure love. That is there, Ananya Bhakti, where the love for love's sake. So because God will take care of all our needs, as I said, not our desires. You don't want if you have a regular car, you want Ferrari, he won't grant you. Just irregular needs. Actually, there is a nice episode. This is in Sri Ramakrishna Vivekananda's life. Vivekananda that time called, his pre-monastic name, Narendranath. So his father died at when he was a young man. So he was a big lawyer. He was very wealthy and he made lots of money. But he was so generous, he gave all his money in charities. So nothing was left behind by the time he died for the family. So sad. So I saw that house, me, Anupam, Haima, we went to that huge house they had. So, but they were bankrupt because after the father didn't manage finances properly. I shouldn't say manage finances. He gave in charity everything. So then he is the eldest, so he has to take care of the other children, other brothers, and so he didn't know. He was, by that time, he was with Sri Ramakrishna. He says, this is happening. How can I think about Mother Kali, God when my family is suffering with so much hunger, pain, and all that? So please, you have so much connection with Mother Kali. Go and ask her to give me something so that I don't have to suffer. I have to support family. No, I don't ask those things. What? You go and ask. So Vivekananda goes, and that time Narendra goes, Mother just prays. And after that, he comes back. Sri Ramakrishna, did you ask him? Ask her? Oh, she gets such a beautiful darshan. What did you ask? I wanted bhakti and jnana. I want devotion and jnana. Did you ask for thing? Oh, I forgot all about it. Then again, okay, now again go. Again says, same thing again, bhakti and jnana. He doesn't. 3 times he goes, 3 times he forgets because God made sense. So he was enamored with the beauty and blessings of Mother Kali. Then he comes back. So I cannot ask you. So then Sri Ramakrishna, because he wanted to test how much intensity and purity of devotion he has. Then he says, I am assuring you that you will never have dearth of food or clothing in your family. He didn't say, I will give you, make millionaires or make you big. So I will take care, you will have no problem to take care of the family. They will have enough food and clothing. So God will take care. But Sri Ramakrishna took thing on his behalf and assured him because he has that power. So that is the kind of Ananya Bhakti we should all pray. This is not easy. That is, we can talk about it. There is also grace of God to have. But at least in the beginning, don't give up. I said, Gauna Bhakti, Bhautik Bhakti, going to temple, doing this, okay. But aim high. Think, when can I have that Ananya Bhakti? That should be our goal. When you have Ananya Bhakti, our life is sanctified. We reach the goal. That is what Ananya Bhakti is. So we will